Oh yeah. Solid as rock. Hello everyone, welcome to Chasing Adventures. Today we're going to be installing OPENROAD Bed Rack system on the 2025 Ram 1500 Rebel. So I was actually going to put a camper shell on my truck, but I kind of like the versatility of a rack system so that I could put my San Dimas rooftop tent and my 270-degree awning on back on the truck. But I also wanted an adjustable rack, so if I need to change my setup later, I could easily do so without buying another rack. And something that could be mounted on a T-track because, you know, if I'm going to keep a bed rack system like this, I eventually want to install a tonneau cover. And if you have a bed rack system like this, you can't really put a tonneau cover unless it can be mounted on a T-track, as long as you get the tonneau cover with the T-tracks. And something that was universal for any truck in case I get a new truck down the road, and something that wasn't going to break my bank. So after looking at most racks on the market, I saw that OPENROAD had one that fits my requirements. And you know, I worked with them before, so I reached out to them and they gladly provided one for me to test and share with you guys. So here it is. So first, let's unbox it, see what's all included, talk about the specs, install it on the truck, and I'll have my final thoughts. All right, so here's all the parts, and it was pretty well packaged in the box. So first, we have 4 main body frame, 2 side spreader bars, 2 crossbars with 2 rubber gaskets, and 4 end caps, and 4 base plates, 4 protective rubber gaskets, 8 mounting brackets, and it comes with all the necessary hardware to mount the bed rack, and the instruction manual. And it has black powder coating finish to prevent rust or corrosion. And everything seems to be very well made, and the height can be adjusted from 13.7 inches from the base all the way up to 23 inches. And the max width is 65 inches, and length can be adjusted from 41.7 inches all the way to 55.9 inches. So it'll work with most trucks from compact size to full size. And the maximum load rating is 660 pounds. And it weighs just under 62 pounds. And the roof bar has a T-tracks also, so you could easily mount any accessories to it. So now that's out of the way, let's install it on the truck. So first, we're going to grab the base plate and then find the bag that says the main screws and put it in these holes. But there are a total of 4 holes here. So what you need to do is you need to figure out which way this is going to be mounted on. And you want to correlate those holes with the main body, since there are only 3 holes on the main body. And you want to put the main body with the logo facing out and this crossbar facing inwards. So put one here and put one here. Next, grab your protective rubber gasket and put it on the base plate like this. And there are these nibs that will go into the holes here. So once you have it all done, put it on the bed frame like this. Next, grab your mounting bracket and a bag that says body and gantry linked to the screws. And in the bag, you're going to find a shorter screw and a taller screw. So then put the shorter screw onto this hole like that, and then put the taller screw in through this hole. And this other side is threaded, so you're going to be screwing it onto that threaded hole. But first, we're going to put a washer and then slide that in. Now they are powder coated, so yeah, we're going to need a Allen wrench, which they also include, and just kind of work at it and start tightening it. Now, if you already have a tonneau cover with T-tracks, you don't need to use this. All you have to do is put the T-bolts onto the T-track, slide them in, put the base plate, and then put the main body bracket on top of this, and you're good to go. But since I don't have a tonneau cover with T-tracks yet, I need to use this. So after you have it tightened, put it in here and line it up with the holes here. And there are 3 holes, so just depending on your setup, just align it with the correct corresponding hole, and then grab your smaller or shorter screws, put them through, and then we're going to grab a smaller washer, the locking washer, and a bolt. And then we have to do that onto this side as well. And then you could firmly lock this in place. So when you're locking these up here, make sure you have some tension going out like this. And then this part, I think I'm gonna leave it loose just because I want to make sure that I have everything aligned correctly, and then tighten them. Put the main body frame, grab a washer, locking washer, and a bolt. and then tighten them down. Actually, they provide you a 15, but I think it's 14. That doesn't seem right. It's a bit loose. Anyways, so after those are tightened, you could put these end caps. So we're pretty much done with the first one, and all we have to do is repeat these 3 more times. Okay, so once all the brackets are installed, we're going to install the crossbar now. And you need this bracket. Just slide it into the crossbar like this, and we're going to line up the holes on the main bracket. And then we're gonna grab the included screw, lock washer, and a washer. And then there's 2 of them, so we need to put one here and one here. And you could use your Allen wrench, grab it in place, and just line it up like that. So now after the roof bars are installed, we can now go ahead and slide the rubber gasket. Now after that, we have to put the end caps. However, we might have to trim a little bit of the rubber gasket because there's actually a hole that goes all the way through. So we have to put this on here and put a screw through this, but this is in the way, so I just have to cut it a little bit. Okay, so after trimming that, put the end cap and then grab a bag that says the ceiling screw, and then put the screw all the way through. There we go. Grab our Allen wrench and tighten it. All right. So after putting the crossbars, all we have to do is put the side linking bars here like this. So then we're gonna grab the bag that says beam screws, and put a washer, and then there are 4 holes. All right, so at this point, make sure every bolt is tightened and adjust the height to your liking. As for me, I'm just going to keep it at the lowest setting for now, so that when I put a rooftop tent, it's somewhat aligned with the cab height. So it's more aerodynamic, but that means the back of the rooftop tent is going to be sticking out further. So I don't know, we'll see if I like it or not, because I could always adjust it later. Or you know what, I also need to install an OPENROAD 270-degree awning, so I think that will interfere with the rooftop tent if it's sticking out so far. So I guess I need to bring up the height a little bit more so that I could put the rooftop tent over the cab to make space for the awning when it's fully deployed. I don't know, I'll deal with it later, but as far as the installation for the bed rack system, we're all done. And you know what, it wasn't too hard, but it was a little tedious stuff. But I also do have some concern. Now look at this bracket. The mounting bracket is kind of in an angle like this. And that's because this bracket doesn't go in all the way in, and it's a little too short. So when I put the upper bracket onto this, the upper bracket was actually, angling down like this even more. And this was actually straight. But when I put the crossbar, it brought it up. Hence, this is why it's bending out like this. And there's a little bit of, I don't know if you could catch her on the camera. Let me adjust a little more. But this part of the bed is actually bending also because of this force. And that's not to say that the OPENROAD bed rack is at fault or, the RAM, but, it's a combination of things. So that's my little concern. Besides that, the bed rack is very secure, and the cool feature is that the side rail also has T-tracks, and they also provide you with the squared T-track bolt, so you slide that in. So this way, I could add accessories to it too, like a Rotopex or a recovery board, or I don't know, an X or a shovel, so I like that a lot. And like I said, it does feel very secure, and it's pretty rock solid, so I feel confident to put all my gear on this rack. So if you like or need adjustability on your bed rack, or something universal so that you don't need to constantly buy new rack for each truck, and something that won't break your bank, well, take a look at OPENROAD 4WD bed rack system, because it'll do just that. And you'll be future-proofing yourself. And I'll leave the link in the video description along with the discount code for you guys, so make sure to check it out. And better yet, if you own a Tacoma or Tundra, they also have a sliding tonneau cover that works with the T-track, so it'll work with the bed rack system seamlessly. So that's all I have for you guys today, and if this video was informative, please don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel if you're new, and turn on that bell notification too so you won't miss when my next video is uploaded. So thank you all for tuning in today, and until next time, keep chasing adventures, and I'll see you all on my next video. Now, time to do some workout. Oh yeah. Solid as rock. Nice.